Christian Noutgedacht. This is my brother Aller. We run the company Illinois Independent Wine Index. It's actually the first index in Bordeaux which displays the lowest prices available in the market for all the Grand Cru Classé wines. This makes life easier for all the importers around the world.
Well, this happened quite accidentally about 10 years ago. A family-owned company in the Veneto region, my region, and they were looking for a junior export manager, and that was me. So that's how it started.
The liquid, the fascination for the liquid.
Yeah.
So, that's what got me in the wine industry. Yeah.
Because we combine supply and demand. So we are the middleman. And we show people where they can buy their wines. So, but when they are going to pick up their wines directly, they will meet the person who sells the wines. So the next time they will call the person directly, and we lose the position. But we found a solution. It's called the Bordeaux City Bond. When the customer buys multiple wines from multiple negotiations, he doesn't know where. We bundle the wines. They go in the Bordeaux City Bond. The forwarder, the transporter of the client, they can pick up the wines directly.
We are a micro industry, meaning overall we are a big industry, but fragmentation is unfortunately dominating. What does it mean? That it's tough to do brand building activities. Italy has started a path which is quite challenging, namely a repositioning, price repositioning path because of EU policies on exploitation of vineyards in non-productive areas. So basically we are producing less and better. This means higher prices, and it's getting tougher and tougher. So
there's too much competition. There are too many wine distributors. I think. Yeah. So that kind of.
We are in the business we are working. It's only the top Bordeaux wines. The latest trend is the upcoming Entrepreneur campaign, 2013 vintage. The production is down 30% on average, so they need to sell 70% of what they normally sell, but the world doesn't need the high prices anymore because demand in China is stabilizing, going down a little bit, and Asia was the one responsible for the increases of prices. So if they don't sell, a lot of negotiations will be in very much difficulties because they have to buy.
As you probably know, there was a major reorganization of one of our main denomination of origin in our region, which is Prosecco. What's happening today is basically that the historical area, the UCG or Superiore, has remained basically stable where it is, with export growing, and a wider area that before was a more generic Prosecco has now become DOC, so it's an appellation Prosecco, and this is literally booming in some areas.
I mean, the entire dining scenario is very much changing in Hong Kong at this stage. People are very open-minded. They're willing to taste new wines, willing to listen to sommeliers, willing to try new styles of wines. Unlike before, it was very French-dominated, in particularly.
In London, if you invest in wine, if you are a private individual, you can store the wines in bond, so you don't have to pay VAT. But in Bordeaux, you can't store the wines in bond if you are a private individual because you have to pay VAT. But if you buy it for investment purpose, it makes no sense to pay 20% extra. But I think it's available in London, and I think that's a good change. That.
Generally speaking, I think nowadays it's tough to find a bad wine. But overall, I would say quality is not the real issue. So I think, again, linked to the denominations and the areas, the new areas where to exploit potential, we need to find a way to communicate this. So that is a challenge. Who are we, and how do we approach new markets to communicate who we are? Because
I think the best improvement now is companies like ours, the Eleanor Independent Wine Index, and like, for example, Livex. They make trade more accessible for the entire world.
More efficient, more transparent.
Yeah, because the wine trade is very closed, and I think it's time to open it up and make it more transparent. And
the Antinoris remain quite a point of reference. They did I think Masi did a great job, although they are pretty much concentrated in a bunch of markets, but they are able to intercept trends and taste profiles which are suitable for nowadays consumers.
I think one thing that could really help is to strategize and like if certain distributors carry certain brands and wines not being open market, wines not coming from China, from Hong Kong. If it's more strategized, it's a little more crystal clear. Would be advisable. Would be better.
Thank you so much, Mark.